Hey, hey, hey. I hope you are joining for the Create With Me Live. You're going to get the truest, rawest version of behind the scenes right now. Again, if you're joining live, I'd love to see. I see a couple people hopping on already. If you could just drop me a comment and say where you're joining from over the next, this is so funny, over the next hour. And we're going to do next steps. 2 months ago in my head and a couple weeks ago officially to you, I made an announcement that in order to explore the power of AI, I am in just 6 hours of my time I've set aside, go from an idea of launching a podcast to developing out the concept of the podcast, the first 12 episodes, the copy, get the first 12 episodes produced and launched within 6 hours. And the last live I did, if you haven't watched the first live to see where we're going there, go back. And I have not done any research, movement, anything, including during the beginning of this, you're really going to get the behind the scenes. Like you're a true nonprofit marketing nerd. Like you're another one of our nerds. If we have internal meetings, speaking of that, here, I was going to see if my husband could just like hand it into the screen, but he just, hold on, try to get, I'm giving it away. Ready? He's gonna try it again. This is not. You're not. There we go. Oh, magic coffee. Okay. Anyway, if you're a nonprofit marketing nerd, and then we'll get to the podcast development. If you're a nonprofit marketing nerd, I'm wondering what that box is right there. See it? I don't know. Anyway, if you're a nonprofit marketing nerd, then you've seen me do this move many a times. So I typically use a standing desk. And often I'll switch and be like, I want to sit down. So actually, while I'm talking to you about our 12 episode podcast we're launching for associations, I will show you how I set up from my deep work time where I tend to be walking on my walking pad to setting up for a meeting. So I literally do this at like the beginning of every internal meeting. Hold on, guys. And then I pick up my walking pad and I push it forward. Oh no, it's not going forward. It's like too many cords. That's just the truth. It's too funny. I'm back, don't worry. Okay, and then I'm gonna move my antique chair. And okay, so if you're joining live, yes, I'm still setting up my desk with you live, but we are in hour number 2 of come from idea of a podcast to develop out the podcast and launch in just 6 hours. So my time is valuable. And I'm promising to you, although I am a nonprofit marketing nerd and definitely like an AI fan and trainer, there is a purpose for every tool. And one of the things I did talk about that I just want to remind you. Now, I'm not saying that everybody should go and use AI. I don't know what this block is right here. I wonder if it's something to do with my camera. If you're watching and you can guess what this block is, please let me know. I'm like, what is this black box right here? Anyway, I see a few people joining live. I promised I'm not crazy. My desk is officially set up. What I'm going to do right now is, I don't even remember where I was at. Again, I sat down raw and we're going into from hour 1. This was about 2 weeks ago. I've blocked out this, which is hour 2. And so I'm just going to go and see where we're at in terms of our podcast development. I remember that we decided on the title. We decided on the first 12 episodes. I also had originally thought I would develop and produce the podcast through Notebook LM. And then from researching with ChatGPT and Notebook LM, and if you watched the hour 1, you were with me making these decisions live, I decided we're going to script it with Notebook LM and then use ElevenLabs to get the most authentic brand voice production. So I forget exactly what my goal is. Astrid, my assistant, is going to be like, Kelly, this is what you said you were going to do. Stick to it. But I'm going to go into our ChatGPT. I use ChatGPT for my chat bot and our AI tool. Our entire team does. If you're like ChatGPT or Claude or Copilot or Gemini, like those are big questions. I would say find which one works for you and use it. Use the tool, use it well. That's the best thing for any tool. AI is a tool, and you can think of it as an unpaid team member, but you got to train it first. And so if AI is not working for you, that might be a reason why. Okay, so stick with me while I close out Facebook and Asana and open up. Let's see. I know I created a folder. Podcast. What do we think? Podcast. Oh, prompt notebook LM. I just saw that. Okay, let's see. So I created some of this. Maybe it's in my ChatGPT. Okay, so I'm going to share this so you know what I'm looking at. Give me a second. I don't even know what I'm looking at. Okay. Where do I go to share my screen? There we go. Okay. Present. Share screen. Entire screen. Okay. So here is the prompt that we used just to start. And then, okay. So I used this prompt to start and it kind of got me there. And I think if you remember last week, then we went to Notebook LM and started playing with it. I'm going to log back into Notebook LM right now. I'm trying to type fast so you don't see whatever other tabs I typically open. Okay. So AI for association. So we did decide, and then I'm going to, on my screen in front of me, just so you don't know, I'm going to pull up that chat in ChatGPT that we had last time, and then I'll drag it over so you can see it. I see, wow, there are quite a few. We're 6 minutes in. As I'm pulling that ChatGPT thing up, if you want to let me know if you're joining, I would love to know where you're joining from. Don't be shy. Say hello. Okay, let's see. It's probably not new chat. What is chat? I'm going to read out. This is what I've searched for. Book recommendations for business. Oh, that was okay. Podcast removal reasons. Oh, I don't know what that was about. Man, this was a long time ago. Brand voice, podcast title, brainstorming. Did it start there? Yes. Okay. Let me retitle this. So we are calling this Create With Me, right? So I probably need to, instead of podcast title, brainstorming. So lesson learned, if you're using chatbots for important things, label them. Okay. So you're just hearing me ramble right now. I'm going to close the sidebar and close out some things. Okay. All right, so I lost a couple people by rambling, but I promise we're here now. Okay, so I just want to remind you and me where we're at. Okay, so we started by brainstorming, right? We're going to go back through. Where did we start? Okay, so we said, okay, let's try to figure it out. We brainstormed. AI advantage for associations. An AI-powered podcast by nonprofit marketing nerds. Okay, perfect. Okay, so actually what I'm going to do there, just to keep me on, I'm going to retitle this. Create With Me. AI advantage for association. So again, ChatGPT and me is my brainstorming buddy. Decided that that's what we're going to call this podcast. So I'm going to go ahead and we did that last time, which I think was in September sometime. I'll just title it on 2026 so we can track our progress. Okay, so we did title check, right? Okay, so let's see. Come up with title. Check. Okay, awesome. Decide. And I remember, I don't know if you remember this, I remember that for some reason, I'm like, we're going to launch a 12-episode podcast. All of a sudden it became 13 episodes. So I don't know why that happened. But decide on 12 episodes. So we'll get to that. Okay. So let's go back through. Okay, so we did the title. Okay. So I don't know if you remember, we uploaded, and we'll look at it, to Notebook LM. We uploaded this one. Okay, September 4th. That was the date. So I uploaded a bunch of content that was mainly my content and a few from ASAE, but trusted resources and mainly my content, along with the prompt, and developed out super quickly. That's my position. That's my position. Thanks for reflecting. Okay, anyway. So I'm sorry, I'll mute my phone. I did hear it ding. Oh no, we're already 14 minutes in and all we've done is summarize last. Okay. Muting my phone. All we did, again, like I think every time I ramble, like losing people. All we did last time is summarize. I like this debate style. What do you think? I don't love that it's just 6 minutes long though, right? That's not too great. So I love more like a 12 to 15-minute episode, but that's okay. So let's see if we can give it. We don't want the title. Okay. So there we go. I think that's the transcript. So I think if I download, it's going to be the whole video. Let's see. Yeah, it's going to be the audio. Yeah, so it's going to play immediately. So honestly, like I could just right now churn out all 12 episodes and it'd probably be, let's go ahead and try that. Let's try it again. Okay. Huh. That's scary. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Stuff. Okay. So what I want to do now, I remember we decided on the 12 episodes. So let's go back. I'm sure it's somewhere in here. I know we decided on the 12 episodes. This is like lesson learned. If you're going to use AI. Okay, here we go. Oh, here. Okay, so I decided all that. Simplify titles for the nonprofit marketing's nerd style. Here we go. AI advantage for associations. Here we go. All right. So here are my 13 episodes, which I maybe will go in. Let's go in first and cut one. So, right. Okay. So right now we are at 9:17. And this is, I will tell you, this is not an AI tip. This is just how my brain works. So on 9:17, okay, I want to cut out one episode, right? Episode 1. So now launching the AI Association Advantage for AI Advantage. 12 episode. Okay. And then I don't love, and this actually, Christy, our nonprofit strategy partner, always brings this up, that AI loves to leave those just little bitty things, the little space at the top. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and personalize member communications with AI, retraining members before they leave. Huh. So episode 5 maybe is the one that did. Yeah, I think episode 5 I'm gonna cut because that's the one I know the least about. Like I'm like implementation overall. So let's cut that out. Okay, and I will tell you, we're gonna want to use the word association more than buying back time for association. So without spending, this is one of the things I always say, AI is a way to buy back your time without spending any money. So any money. Okay. So we have our 12, right? Decide on 12 episodes. Check. Just need 5. Okay. 6, 7, 8, smarter recruitment. Perfect. 9, which honestly, I just saw the association concierge. I'm like, and it's funny at ASAE, the chat bot to help you with the conference, her name was Kelly, and she was so unhelpful. And no offense if you're watching it and you created that or you're with ASAE, I'm sorry if I offended you, but like I was so frustrated with Kelly, and now I am Kelly. Okay, 9, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh no, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Perfect. Awesome. And I'm doing so many AI trainings for us. Okay, so we have our 12 episodes done. Okay. So I'm going to go back and just talk to ChatGPT a little bit more. Okay, so I have my 12 episodes. Again, I'm using you, Clarissa, my ChatGPT, as my business coach. And I'm talking to you so I don't restrict myself. So right now, I'm continuing down this path. We have the 12 episodes set. I'm inside Notebook LM. And I love to get the first maybe 2 episodes scripted using Notebook LM. And then hopefully use ElevenLabs. What do you think? What's the best approach? Should I be using Notebook LM to get these 2 done? Okay. Upload your ASAE slide deck. Done. Any training online training. So I wish, this is where I'm like, every time you do something, record it. I wish I would have recorded like my last 3 trainings about AI, because then I could have I've already said all that. Now I'm just going to repurpose it into a podcast, like coulda, shoulda, woulda. But start to think about those kinds of things. And like, this is a gold mine if you already do in-person conferences. Just repurpose. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to give them this. So the one thing I need to figure out, right, is it going to be, okay, let's see. Let's see if it helps. I think this might just chat and pull stuff, and we need to create an audio overview. So it might make me create it, not think. Okay. We'll see. And it's probably going to be, I love this debate and the conversation, but it's probably going to be easier if it's just one person, if I'm trying to quick and dirty do this. And again, if you're hopping on, just to remind you, I'd love to know where you're joining from. Drop it in the chat box. But just to remind you that I had put a challenge that in 6 hours, I'm going to come up with an idea, develop and launch a 12-episode podcast about AI for associations. That's as far as I'd gotten. And so I'm building it with you. I don't have any prior knowledge to any of this tech. So if you're joining, you are working with me while I'm trying to figure it out. Okay. Oh, cool. So this is pulling from, again, all of my content and then 2 pieces of ASAE content. So these are YouTube videos that I've already done, podcast episodes that I've already done, a LinkedIn Live that I did with Lori, who is the most amazing sponsorship person in the world. Follow Growth Owl. Anyway, so let's see. Welcome to the AI Advantage of this podcast. Huh. You're going to hate me. So I promise I'm not. Outro music begins softly. Oh, wow. It already gives show notes. Huh. I do hate M dashes. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and copy this. Right? And I think that's script. Let's read it more, but it looks pretty good. All right. So this is actually, I'm going to go in reverse, 9-4. That's what I did at 9-4, right? So that prompt is still going to be there if I want to create another, like, okay, 9-4. That's what we did. And then today is 9-17. Just so we can keep track. 9-17. 2020. Why do I think it's 2026 already? Why has no one told me, Kelly? That is not what. Here it is. All right, 2025. Okay, and then again. My goal is to script and produce in this session, because I'm also like script the first 2 episodes, right? And I'll do in notebook LM. How about select or develop host voice in ElevenLabs. Produce content of first 2 episodes. Okay, well, we are an hour and 25 minutes into my 6-hour chunk of time where I'm going to come up with the idea to launch a podcast using AI-powered podcast, develop it all out without any prior knowledge of this content, together with you watching live, totally unfiltered. If you don't follow me already, I am Kelly Hernandez, the nonprofit marketing nerd, CEO of Nonprofit Marketing Nerds, and host of the Social Trailblazers video podcast. Today, you are going to join me in failing forward as I try to develop this podcast. But bam, I think, so you are basically co-working with me, and I'm showing you the behind the scenes as I try to do something new. Okay, so I think we're going to have some issues here. Outro music begins softly, right? Okay. I love that it also is a short version for show notes. Okay. Yes, I do. Yes, I do voice all of our podcasts myself. I have a real podcast where I really interview people, but I'm here today with you. If you have any questions while you're kind of sort of co-working with me while seeing behind the scenes, feel free to drop it. I love nerding out about anything, nonprofit marketing, association marketing, foundation marketing, social media, anything, or AI, anything and everything. Okay, so we have just together scripted episode 1. So I'm going to go back. And then we have a second episode, right? So I'm going to go back to the episode list we have right here. So we have this thing called Maggie Mission Pal, no joke, that I teach about. And it was originally some AI tech that I wanted to develop. That's basically like how to train your chatbot to write in your organization's brand voice. We developed it. Valeria is our client success manager. It literally looks like her, and even has a pet hedgehog, and it's super cute. But anyway, we call this developing your own Maggie Mission Pal to train your AI. So I'm a little skeptical because I don't think I fed it enough to give me good feedback. Like none of these resources talk about how I train on Maggie Mission Pal, and I wish I would have recorded it. But we're going to see how this goes. Oh, no, wait, I'm going the wrong thing. Okay, so first I need to go to my ChatGPT. Hey, I'm using Notebook LM. Can you create the most robust and amazing prompt that I can feed into Notebook LM to get the best results from this podcast? Knowing that for episode 2, knowing that I have already fed it resources. So this is where I might need another resource, but we'll see what happens to add to my toolkit. Okay, so episode 2 prompt for Notebook Ellen. You're drafting episode 2. Yes, train it. Garbage in, garbage out, golden. Oh my gosh, it does know what I say. These are literally things I say. This is so cool. Okay. Oh my gosh, I just emceed Outreach Indiana's Transform event. And then for 7 minutes, I memorized. And my poor husband, this is tangent, my poor husband had to like be in the hotel room while I was practicing he has to do this a lot, like sit in the corner with your headphones on while I'm memorizing things. But I probably said in 7 minutes said the word transformation like 12 times, and then especially like 5 times right in the first 30 seconds. And then to memorize, I had to repeat. Poor Louise heard me say transformation like 400 times. That's probably grounding down, actually. Okay. So we're going to try to script episode 2. I'm just going to drop this in here. Oh no, why won't it let me send it? What's happening? All right, I'm just going to. Do you think it has too much information? Why is it not sending it? I don't know what's happening specifically. All right, I'm just going to refresh. Let's try that. No. Transformation. Yeah, I don't know why it's taking. Okay. So the good news is. Okay. I don't know why it's not letting me type on that. Maybe it thinks it's too much. All right, I'm going to go back. Actually, you're going to love this. I'm going to go back and be like, yo, that prompt's too long. Okay, literally, that's exactly what I'm going to say to Clarissa. Yo, I think that prompt might be too long and Notebook LM's not taking it. Can you update it? And now you all might be thinking, as someone that hosts a podcast, you might be thinking, man, in 6 hours, you could just create these podcasts. I don't think for one episode, we could get an episode produced and launched with manpower. Just one episode in 6 hours. All right, we'll see. All right, let's see how this goes. Yes. I'm celebrating the prompts not too long. Okay. I have learned for AI that the waiting and the pausing usually involves better results. And then just to give you more information. And again, I see a few other people have hopped in and hopped out. So hi, new faces and new voices. We are creating a podcast together. You just have to watch. I'll do all the work. I also have no idea what I'm doing. So you're just going to like do it with me. But by the end of the next, I think 28 minutes, I do hope, again, we started an hour and 32 minutes ago. And in 6 hours, I'm going to develop and launch a podcast. Let's see how it goes. Okay. Cool. Okay. Clear, practical, and real-world strategies for integrating artificial intelligence. This is wild, isn't it? Okay, so the whole thing, like, it's going to be like the next Microsoft Office. Like, we assume everyone can use Office Suite. Like, this is something I always say, that because I imported stuff, I always say. Now, it's already written in the script. Honestly, this is so cool. I'm such a nerd. Use the word vomit method. Okay, these are all my technical tools. It's true. Oh my word, this is so cool. All right. You're going to love this. Again, we're doing a little bit quick and dirty, which is not ideal. But to get this out, I did have a goal today. Okay, so I probably want to label this in a way. Let's see. So the scripts are organized, right? Episode 1. Oh, I want to put the 12 episodes there too, don't I? All right, this is going to be a little annoying. I know I'm not doing such a great job, but we're going to put that here. Okay, and then I'm going to page break. Probably don't need the words updated titles because those are the titles we're using, right? Okay, and then I'm going to add a page break there so I don't get confused. Okay, we just scripted 2 episodes, right? Okay. And so I am going to add a page break, which, like, that's where I'm failing forward. Okay. There we go. All right, let's do this. All right, so now if I go back to my workflow, okay, so just so you can keep me on track, I just used Notebook LM. And again, I'm talking to, not you, you're not keeping me on track with my ChatGPT over here. Just to keep me on track, I just scripted the first 2 episodes using Notebook LM, and I think I want to go to ElevenLabs to select a host. Do you think that's the right next step, or am I missing something? I'd love to make sure 2 episodes work before we dive too deep down this process. Isn't this wild? This is wild. AI's wild. Okay, done it. Goal, test 2 episodes. Okay, voice. Yes, move the scripts to into 11. Test at least 2 or 3 voices. Professional, a little warmer, friendlier. See which feels like AI advantage for associations and not generic audiobook. Quick pilot, generate episodes 1 and 2. Okay, so I'm not going to add the intro music and singers. Gut check and feedback. Listen to the finished episodes yourself. Huh. Gather feedback on pacing, tone of them. If the Notebook LM ElevenLabs quick polish flow feels smooth, keep it. Oh, cool. Okay, so I want to remind you too, and I hope you can hear this. I was coming like, this is what I produced without even like going any extra steps. Okay, so now I'm going to pull up ElevenLabs in front of me just in case I have to log in. But I am going to ElevenLabs. Again, this is where I'm going to select my host. So we scripted it using, oh, and shout out to my friend Holly, who does content marketing for ElevenLabs, which is how I initially heard it. And now we're like, of it. And now it's totally, oh, and I just saw this email come out. Studio 3.0 is here. Oh, now they have a script writer. That's cool. Okay. So one of the, okay, so I'm going to come back to you now that we have ElevenLabs open, and we're just going to, and I hope you don't see too much. Let's see. Voices. Let's go listen to some voices. So in terms of, again, my target audience are associations, and I maybe should chat back with ChatGPT. Okay, so knowing that, please function as a strategic podcast coach. And knowing that my target audience is association executives and doing research using ASAE data and any association data, um, who would you recommend? And I hate this. Like this is why there's no diversity. who would you recommend would be a recommended voice? What type of person and tone would be best to truly attract association professionals? All right, let's see what AI thinks my host should be. Warm, confident female or male voice. Association execs are used to listening to CAEs, CEOs. Voice that sounds authoritative and approachable makes a difference. Yep. Not too young sounding or truthful. Slightly conversational but polished. Yep. Moderate pace, clear. So I'm too fast. One of the things I've learned in the association space, and people think I'm fun and great, but like I'm pretty fast. So a little bit, I'm like male, female, somewhere in between. Something feels relatable to audience formality, test version, slightly formal, business-like, or slightly relaxed. I want it to mirror nonprofit marketing nerds too. So I don't want it to be super formal. So let's go in. Burt Reynolds. We have Burt Reynolds voice it. Hold on. Oh, this is just funny. I'm just going to do it because it's funny. Okay, ready? Don't worry. I will. I will not have Burt Reynolds voice my podcast or the cowboy Bob. I hope you can hear this. Can you hear this? If you're watching, please confirm you can hear this. Um, if you can't, it's not as funny. Carter the Mountain King. It's too much. All right. So hopefully, so notice you can clone a voice. Isn't that wild? So I can clone, and we've actually done this before, and I'm not going to do. So one of the things, before I go, like one of the things for doing things that are AI powered, where it gets a little dicey. And I think if you've seen any of my AI trainings, you know that one of the things I always show is a video of me talking where you don't know it's not me talking. And I'm like, I've never said those words. I never said where MJ, our video guru, took videos I'd done before, fed them in, created a new avatar of me talking, and then just gave whatever script, and it sounded like me and it looked like me. And even I could barely tell that it wasn't me. There were some weird things with my mouth here and there, but like the gestures were exactly me, the tone of voice was exactly me, and I never said it. And that's the scary part of AI. Okay, so we are going to look at collections maybe to, oh no. Why is nothing working? Explore my voices. Okay. Informative and educational. So I think I want a female voice. So you can hear these are voices I've used in the past. Want to hear people I've used in the past? And here actually. Huh. I like Cassidy. She's a little too serious. I love that she's 40. I like her voice. So these are again voices I've already used. All right. Let's see. Now, explore. Let me explore. Okay. So we're not going to use my voices. We're going to find some new voices, right? Declan, wise, deliberative. Ooh, let's hear Declan. Yeah, that is not it. So this is one about informative. Let's look for informative. Nah. So someone's going to get mad at me for saying this, but I would prefer to not have and that guy was a little younger, but a 50 something white male voice that at least sounds, and I'm probably going to offend someone just by saying that, but I would prefer to have a more inclusive host. Well, we're not even, I know I need to work on my Spanish, but probably not going to be, let's see, calm, calm. I don't want to be mature, forthright. Let's see, Bilbo. I don't hate that guy. I need to turn down my own audio a little. So I just want to confirm, I see a lot of you watching right now, that you can hear the voices that are going out. Can you confirm that? Otherwise, this is just going to be funny that you're like, oh yeah. All right. So I'm going to filter for informative and educational. Sorry. Okay. Filter for female. I'm going to filter for middle-aged. I'm going to Okay, and then I think again we at least want to get one episode produced. Who I hate Sarah. No. She sounds like me. She said she's Midwestern. So am I. Okay. And calm, gentle, soft, deep, friendly. Let's see. How about busy bee corporate? Brit. Middle-aged voice, great Mia Maestro. Let's see. Huh. Okay. With a Chinese accent, ginger American female voice with a form. Let's try ginger. I like ginger. All right, let's try ginger. I'm gonna add her. I'm gonna add create new collection. Collection in AI Advantage. Right. For associations. Okay, so I'm going to create that collection. So far we have Cassidy, or whatever her name is. Ginger. Her name was Ginger. Her name is Lola. Come on. I'm sorry. So while we're waiting on my computer to not be super slow, I'm going to close some more tabs because I always. Oh no. It doesn't want me to save it. Huh. All right. Well, here we go. Ginger ad. Technology. And we should just go eating. Okay, so we have Ginger. We have kind of like Crystal. Hajimashite. Yoroshiku onegaishimasu. I didn't see that it was. Sorry. That's as much Japanese as I got right now. Let's hear Crystal again. All right, so we're gonna definitely try Crystal. Right? How do we do this? Okay. Let's add her. Let's add voice. All right. Okay, we're gonna go back. So just so you know, you're already seeing some quirks with ElevenLabs, right? Oh, voice Crystal added to my voices. It's a sign. Okay, let's try with Crystal. Text to speech. Okay. So I'm gonna go back and get script 1 and we're gonna hear Crystal read it. I don't know what that was. Then I'm gonna run out of time. Okay. So we have Crystal. I want her to speak a little bit faster than normal and a little bit more variable in the style exaggeration. Yep. And we'll see. So sometimes style exaggeration gets real wonky. Okay, so now all I'm going to do is we've scripted those 2 episodes, right? So I think let's hear it first. Let's hear just the beginning of that episode. Or no, we'll go ahead and generate it all. What do you think? All right. Where are you, ElevenLabs? Where did you go? There we go. Okay, let's see. All right, ready? Basic content is truncated to meet the $5,000 limit. To generate audio text, try Studio 3.0. Is this going to cost more? What do we think? What do we think? Will they have Crystal? Okay, here we go. Crystal. Okay. Got it. All right, let's try it. Uh-huh. What? Super excited, right? Okay, the AI. What just happened? Brought to you by here, I want to do this. The AI powered podcast. So I'm not totally in love with her voice. Do you agree? I'm like, meh. Okay. So again, hopefully we'll at least get, my goal is 2 episodes. So hopefully at least we'll get 1 episode done. And I'm going to change her voice. So let's switch her out. We could have Kelly do it. Audio and prohibited category repeated violations. Okay, I understand. Perfect. Let's try it again with Ginger. Oh, okay. That might be why it got bad. Okay, so let's see how that goes. Let's see how it goes. What do you think? Okay. Okay. So we need that to apply to, right, everything needs to be all. Okay, so I'm going to go back. I wonder what this means. We can even put in some sound effects. Okay, so I want ginger on all of them. We were totally wrong, right? I want ginger on all of them. Okay, so I want her style to be a little bit more exaggerated. Let's do it, right? No, I want them all ginger. Why is this happening? Okay, and then we lost the whole episode. We'll also tackle crucial AI. Let's go find that. You can tell I'm getting to the end of we need to get one episode done. We will together get one episode done. Okay. All right, I'm just going to go and drop it all again. And then we definitely keep an eye on the AI powered podcast. And what do you think? I think we're going to call her AI Karen. I think it'll just be funny. I'm going to call her AI Karen. Isn't that mean? Don't you feel sorry for people named Karen right now in the current life culture? Okay. So I'm going to delete all of that. All right. Why did that not work? How cool is this? Let's see. Okay, because we want only ginger, right? So I'm going to paste all of it. It's hopefully all going to paste now. And why is it still crystal, crystal, crystal? We want this all ginger. I think I'm going to highlight it all and select all ginger. Let's see if that works. Okay. Perfect. Okay, now I'm going to edit ginger. Style exaggeration, we're going to go a little bit more. All right, let's hear it, right? This is wild. The AI powered. Okay, so maybe we'll only get one episode done. I'm your host, AI Karen. Okay, let me go back and tell ChatGPT. Hey, just a quick note, make sure we're going to name the host AI Karen, and then make sure that you always say the AI powered podcast, powered by nonprofit marketing nerds on both ends. And we need to be explicit about it being AI powered and call her AI Karen. Maybe we'll even get some Karen-y recommendations. Okay. All right. I just want to keep track so the next time we do this, right? We got 6 minutes left. The next time we do this, we can go in. Okay. So we've decided on ginger. Play. Too fast. Okay, so the speed needs to be a little bit slower overall on everything, right? All right, let's hear it again. Regenerate, slower. Correct? I think so. Oh man, we're gonna go a little bit over because I want to get this. What do you think? I would love to hear it. That was weird. Anyway, okay. So we have effectively, we're at rounding up hour 2. We have just to kind of go back through and to summarize for myself. We're wrapping up hour 2 of my challenge that within 6 hours, I will go from an idea of launching a podcast to playing around with the tools. Again, you can see I have no idea what I'm doing. Playing around with the tools to develop and launch a 12 episode podcast. So in day 1, we decided on the strategy, the title, the first 12 episodes in terms of content, and started a feed notebook LM to help us script. This is day 2, which again, I kind of floundered around a little bit, where we remembered what we were doing, scripted the first 2 episodes using Notebook LM, and then decided on, I'm going to go ahead and mark this complete. So we did, here we go, create thing, here we go. So at the end of day 2, we selected a host, right? Okay, and then I'm going to produce content for the first 1 episode. I'll do that, 1 episode. Okay. Okay, and we think the host. Okay. AI Karen, right? And then we need to make sure produce content of first episode. So I think we did that, right? So in terms of the next session, we'll set goals now so it doesn't end up like last time where we're like, what am I doing? By the next time I sit down, which I think is not going to be for like 2 more weeks. So 2 more weeks, I'll have this all set up and you're going to see me kind of get set up with you, and I apologize. But I think the next session we can script episodes 3 and 4. But first, let's finish producing episode 1 in ElevenLabs, right? So we probably need to listen and make sure it's okay. Produce episode 3 or 2 in ElevenLabs. So that'll give us like 100% we're going down there. Okay, so we're going into hour 3. So we need to get more done if we're going to get 12 episodes on. Script episodes 3 through 6, maybe? How about 3 through? Let's do it. 3 through 12. Let's do it. Big things are happening. Feed more into Notebook LM, and then script episodes 3 through, well, let's just start. How about this? We're going to script episodes 3 through 10, or 3 through 8. Let's do 3 through 8, because if we get to a place where we only have 8 episodes instead of 12, but the 8 episodes are great, I want to make sure we can still have something to the end. So we'll do 8 all the way through, and then we'll go back and catch those final 4 if we have time. Okay, well, thank you for joining me for my second ever live Create With Me session. Again, I see a lot of people hopping in and out and some people hanging out the whole time. My name is Kelly Hernandez. I am the Nonprofit Marketing Nerd, CEO of Nonprofit Marketing Nerds. We're a boutique marketing agency that serves nonprofits, associations, and foundations. And thank you for nerding out with me as we dive into AI for marketing, as I attempt to go from an idea in my head of how can I create a 12-episode podcast using AI to making it happen live with you without any research or any work. And I will see you in this document to remind me where I'm going, and the next Create With Me session. Take care.